Hebrews, Hebrews, chapter 4, verse 11. Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after this. Let lest let any man least any man fall after the same example of unbelief. I'd like to give all prayers and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Mekakodash, the Wadi Yabashim Yahushua, for giving us the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who deserve double honors. Rightfully so. Salam to the Akim, pushing the word of sincerity and truth and being faith-based and being prepared for what is to come. What is to come? Race wars, famine, concentration camps, the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, 200 million vessels hit the soils of America. Simultaneously, the chariots of the Lord lift up the hopeful elected to the chambers. Simultaneously, the chariots of the Lord shoot laser beams at the ungodly and the heathens, rightfully so. I don't know where I'm going with this video, but I was just going through scriptures, and I was going to do another video, but then I ended up doing this video, and this what it turned out to be. Yeah, I found a couple of verses. I was going to lead up with the first verse, where Howard Shah said, but when I read this one, I was like, wow. Wow, it's, when I first came into the truth, I wouldn't say I was, camp hopping. It all sounded so phenomenal. It sounded so beautiful hearing it, and actually this is before I heard the apostles of Great Millstone. Before I heard Great Millstone, everything else was so beautiful. I think the first person I ever heard was Comfy. That was the first person I heard, and a lot of people could attest to that because I heard a lot of people say, "Oh, the first person I ever see was I remember Comfy. I think he was talking to the Mormons or something. His crispy ass black ass motherfucker, and what he said to them." He was talking about the scriptures. He said something. I can't remember what it was, but I know he was talking to two Edomites. And I was like, that's in the Bible? That's the first thing I said about mine. I was like, and I didn't have a Bible. Right? I think what happened was I was in my mother's house, and it was a Bible on the table, whatever. And I think my sister was trying to give it to her son, but I don't know. Well, where we at now, this is 2020, and oh, do I love this book. I mean, this society could jack you up, man. This people that's not even, they just, man, they love this world. Let me read this verse again. Let us labor therefore to enter therefore to enter into that rest. That kingdom, never have to work again, having everything, meeting the king, Yahushua, becoming kings and priests, So, it's a beautiful time right now. So it's like actually earlier today, before I went to camp, before I left where I live at to go to camp, I read the whole chapter of Exodus just through the Spirit, and I was reading it, and certain verses was coming through, which I might do I might do a sit down on that. But yeah, Moses was told by Yahweh, by Shemuel Shah, and he told the congregation, and we did exactly according to what needed to be done. And how the conversation came about. I mean, reading the chapter was based on um, the monthly of a woman, and it led me to calculating the 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 how you say the Sabbath, right? Because this makes sense. It makes sense that next week is the Passover. It just makes sense. It makes when I read it, I said, "Wow!" I went through it because, like the apostle said, Apostle Tahar said, he said, "I don't tell y'all to do what I say. I tell y'all, and then he want us to go look it up." And so that's what and that was spiritual how the conversation happened when I was how you say going through the Exodus chapter 12. You know, I'm just mentioning this. I'm not gonna read it now. I'm just saying this the laboring, this the laboring to the rest. You know, we do this to get to the kingdom. See, at that time when we did this to get out of the hands of the Egyptians, which are Mount Zion, which is another dark skinned nation. Now we are under another spiritually Egypt, which is the red Edomites, which is the so-called white man. Now we in their hands, so we need Exodus out of here too. So this was about. It's about exiting out of this filthy society to a rest, you know, and that's what's happening right now. And it's not going to be easy to get to this rest. That's why it's a big hug on this picture, and then because we hug each other now. Some brothers need hugs, you know. I was just like, wow. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 11. Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest. And that rest is, if we do this to the end, we're going to enter into that rest, right? Least any man fall after the same example of unbelief. We don't want that because this um you know enough brothers made enough videos about it, and it's an edifying conversation that's going on about John the Baptist, which was so beautiful. It was so beautiful that it enhanced the ministry. It enhanced it because so much information came out about it, and those that didn't get it, they in that congregation of unbelief. But those that got it, they know that John the Baptist is gonna be sitting on. He's gonna get his seat. He's gonna get his crown. He's gonna be one of those men risen up. So there's different levels to this thing. We gotta be able to be humble enough. Our humility is gonna get us a crown. Because if we don't want to jump the gun, we don't want to be like these individuals. They're not nothing to follow. They worldly. They get the 501c to each other, where some people can't even pay their rent. You know, there's so much happening right now. It's like there's so much we could be. It's so much that needs to be conducted. But that was a great speaking. That was a great topic to be spoken of about John the Baptist, and I learned so much myself. You know, I learned right now. Some people, just people, the individuals that did the videos from Apostle Tahar all the way down to the elders, that they played they played their position quite well, and they edified the flock. you know. And it had me go into certain verses and look up certain things, and that's what it's about. Um, not living on face value. Go study to show thyself approved. Go into those scriptures. Now it's the edification. If someone was to say something about this now, you got so much information on it that you can explain it. I'm trying to do a scripture that's coming in my head, and it says, I can't remember how it works, but I'm gonna word it best I can. And when someone come and ask you, like, how about all this? I seen this verse the other day. This is crazy. And so, how we gonna? Can you tell us, explain us this great belief that you have in this ministry you're a part of? Lame term, Salaki, if I said it wrong, but yeah, because now, because this happened to me before already. You know, I was driving for probably for 8 hours. I was with this guy for 8 hours. Maybe it had to be 8 hours. For 8 hours, I was with this guy, and he came out of nowhere and started speaking the Bible to me, and I held my composure. But when he started saying certain things, from being edified and studying, I knew he was wrong. So I had to explain certain things to him, and then he didn't know he didn't think I knew the scriptures. I guess he was trying to pull me into his thing of learning the scriptures, which he was sincere, but he was sincerely wrong. If I think that's how Apostle Charles says it. But yeah, yeah, he didn't have it. He didn't have the whole. He didn't have the 100%. You know, and these are the things that's happening with a guy individual that's gonna come out and say, "Oh, um, John the Baptist is a cup of whiskey," or he's a he's this, he's that. I didn't want to explain all the stuff that he said. Is black that is blasphemy. Cause you went down, you taking down a man's legacy by by not um by saying those things about this individual. A man, a friend of Yahweh Shah. All right, and it says, let me read this again, because they are examples of unbelief that you don't want to follow. And we do have great men, and it's so. And for the time I've been a part of this ministry, I've seen these great men, fruits grown. Who would have knew? Like I was called, because the demons could jump on you and give you doubt on your own self, and these things has happened. And you know, you got examples that explain these things. Like for example, Apostle Gabar always say these things. Demons always got something to say to you in your mind. So we do have great examples, great shepherds. That's great shepherds that is guiding the flock correctly. All right. Salakia. I didn't mean to ramble. But Hebrews chapter 4, verse 11. Let us labor therefore to into let us labor therefore to enter into the rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. I don't understand how you got this great congregation, and well, I gotta understand, because it has to be a rival. If these people have to, if they're doing this, they had to be against Yahweh Shah back then. They had to be running down on the apostles back then. They had to be they had to be doing treason against Yahweh Shah. So I'm just thinking about that. That verse just popped up there, so let's see what else we can find. Yeah, see? I mean, I'm just going with the spirit, and what if a verse sounds spiritual enough to bring it out with this conversation, that's what we'll bring out. Because we have been taught to break down the scriptures, not to be how you say going on our own vain glory speaking. I don't know what the fuck to call that shit. Cause that shit they made, that shit was not edifying at all. And you know, I seen, like I said, I've seen before I saw the apostles and the elder brothers. I saw these individuals. You know, like that guy that was sitting there. I saw him speak before. When he made a woman cry, I seen videos of the. I seen Comfy speak before. I seen Nate Nathaniel speak before. I seen the guy Ricard from GOCC speak before. You know, I heard a lot of individuals before I heard the apostles. You know, and you listen and you like, wow, you know, the whole thing is it was just attractive for what they were speaking, and it was the word out of the book, the Holy Scriptures. Okay, and I remember one time I was I can't remember how it went down, but I'm trying to explain it. I was in the house. I think I just went. I went. I asked the reason why. The reason why I went and bought a computer, right? I went and bought the. I don't know. I think I spent like $300 on a computer, a tower in the lab. I mean, in a monitor, and I still needed this. I needed that, and I had to go buy it to wait it out, because I heard the HARP. I heard about the HARP program. See, everything led up to being a laborer for Yahweh Shemel Shah to get into the rest. All right, let's read this verse right here. 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 10. Wherefore, wherefore the rather, brethren, that ye give that we select here. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and your election sure. This is leading up to the rest. That hug, that great hug. Yabashim Hashaba Hashem Kwakutash. Because we're going to get everything back. When we get that glorious body, we're going to get everything back. And this is what they're trying to stop. How they're not into the straight gate of task difficulty. These individuals, it's so many of them that the ones you see that's coming out, they have to be worse than they have the ones that's not coming out yet have to be worse than them. They might just be standing beside you. And only the King of Time is going to reveal it. You know? Give give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye should never fall. We're not going to fall if we do this correctly. We follow suit. We don't even take the words of the apostles. We go. Know what they say? Go look it up. Or you expect us to just give you all the answers? No, go look it up. And it makes so much logical sense. It's like we trained you to walk in this ministry. Now we gotta let you use your wings. You know? So we're never gonna fall if we diligently make our calling and election sure. You know. I like I said, where I'm at in time, Salakia, because 20. Oh, man, I want to get the hell out of here. I hope this is the last Passover. I hope that the Lord send a death angel out and he just make his move this year. I'd rather Zah preserve me, you know, because that was serious, man. And nobody, and you mean General Gehenna, General Yohana couldn't like fix that, couldn't like clarify that, coming up with the apostles. That's why it's a if you meet the apostles, if you ever been in the presence of the apostles and you see the men, and me growing up in the world, right? I hung around with Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Dominicans, those who I grew up with. Huh? So I have no. When I'm in this truth and knowing everything, I can't deny it, and because I've been around these people. They did the same thing I did. We did the same thing. I had issues with other Spanish people, right? Other Puerto Ricans, right? And the brothers, the Puerto Rican brothers I used to be with, they would speak Spanish to them and tell me, "Nah, that's my brother. You crazy?" It would tell them in Spanish, that's my brother right there." These things happen. So much, so much. Right. It says Salakia. All right, because this gospel is dynamic, man. I mean, people, what we experiencing now coming in this, we are we are the levels under the apostles, and everything they talked about, they experienced, we are experiencing now. We are seeing these things now on another scale, though, because the individuals that came up with the apostles are the ones that's it's seems like it, all right? That they the ones that was with the Romans back then. They was getting paid. And the scripture speaks. I can't remember how the verse went. If I can find this verse, I know they was talking about Yahweh Shah, Salakia, out our place. All right, Salakia. If I can come back to the verses where I just left from the water. All right, out our place. I don't know if it's gonna pop up or not, but I know it was in Matthews. I hope it pops up. I don't know. I know they said about Yahweh Shah. If I can't find it, I'll just quote it. When they said, if we don't get rid of this, if we don't get rid of this Yahweh Shah, the Romans gonna take us out our place. Something like that to the effect. I can't remember how it went. Salakia. It was something like that. Salakia, brothers. I'm not gonna be able to find it. I can't remember how the words went. Well, I know it was something like that because he was his preaching when he was alive, he was stirring up how the Sadducees and the Sadducees and Pharisees was getting their money. Yahweh Shah. And we're doing the same thing now in the name of Yahweh Shah. That's why they can't deal with this situation scripturally. They rather be they rather be carnal minded than spiritual minded. So um, what it says, I think this was it. Uh, yeah, one. Oh, we went to that one. Oh, where was that? Because we at the end of this, man. I mean, we're coming in. I mean, the apostles did this for 30 years, right? 25 years, and all the years that they did it, right? We in this now, right? And we're striving for the same penny, because their job is to raise us up to their level. Because there's gonna be 144,000 men that have to be leveled up to get to the rest. Right? I don't know where the verse I was at. I found the location, but I think it was here. Let me see something. What was the next verse? Oh, let's go back. I think it was here. Let's go here real fast. Oh, was in there. Oh man. Oh, what was that? I just seen a verse and I can't remember where I saw that. Oh man. Oh man. Oh brother, Salakia. I was in this verse. I seen this verse, but it let me. I was um. Let's see. That's not gonna let me do that. Okay. Salakia, brothers. All right, we're just gonna read this and end it off. Okay, Salakia. I had a verse, but I can't find it. All right. It says Luke chapter 13, verse 24. Strive to enter at the straight gate, for many, I say, unto you will seek to enter in and shall not be able. Not be able. All right. This thing is about to clarify itself, man. And those that's been out here that didn't the mark of the beast is not the RFID chip. Um uh get paid by the 50, become a 50C3 charter gang member. Get whatever you can. Go against, sell out the apostles. Do this, do that. Sell out Yahweh Shemel Shah. Run down on John the Baptist. Do anything and everything against the ministry instead of edifying the flock. So the Lord's not gonna let you. You're not gonna be able to enter in. You're not. You're not able to get that hug from Yahweh Shah because you're not doing His ministry. You're doing your own filthy lucre. You know. It's gonna be glorious in a minute. Everything's gonna clarify itself. I'd like to give all prayers and honor and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shah, Hashem Kakodash. To all Yahweh Shemel Shah for giving us the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who deserve double honors, rightfully so. Shalom to the Akim, pushing the word of sincerity and truth. Shalom.